And we'll say, hello, everyone. My name is Shauna, and this is a chair yoga class for Adaptive Adventures. For more information, you can go to adaptiveadventures.org. All right. This is the first week of the month. So today we'll focus mostly on the upper body, the spine, and the arms. So let's start by finding just a moment to settle. So you can relax and sit back in your chair. I'd recommend closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Maybe having your hands relaxed on your lap, either palms up or palms down, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And as you close your eyes, begin to just pay attention to your breath without changing it at all, if you can. Sometimes when we focus on the breath, it automatically gets a little longer and fuller. Nothing wrong with that, but see if you can just notice how you have been breathing in the time when you weren't paying attention to it. And then as you begin to pay attention to your breathing, how does it change? Can you begin to feel the expansion of the chest on the inhale? And then cultivate a sense of relaxation, of letting go, releasing on the exhale. Slowing the breath down, giving yourself a little more time for the inhale, even a little bit more time for the exhale. So allow the exhales to be almost thin and long. Just take all the time in the world to exhale. And that will signal to your nervous system to calm down a little, to go into a parasympathetic or relaxation state. Perhaps you can add a little bit of sound to your breath so you actually hear yourself very subtly breathing. Just a little bit of a vibration at the back of the throat, almost like you're going to whisper the H sound, but you're keeping your lips closed. Sometimes it's called ocean breath. And it helps you breathe longer and smoother. Now, perhaps if you'd like a little visualization, you can imagine that in the center of your chest is a diamond, right in the heart center. And you can even put your hand on your heart if that helps you find or imagine this. So when you inhale, imagine that that light of the diamond glows brightly under your hand, as though the inhale feeds the light. And when you exhale, the light softly begins to cascade through your chest. On the inhale again, the light bright shines even brighter. So each inhale allows the diamond to take on more voltage, where it can glow more brightly. And each time you exhale, will slowly allow the light to enter more of the body. So the first time, maybe around the chest. Now, when you exhale, maybe the full torso is lit up from the inside. Allow the light to now begin to go through the shoulders, into the arms, the forearms, the wrists, the fingers, the hands. And as you continue to breathe, sense the light moving down the body, through the hips, the thighs, the knees, into the legs, the feet, the toes. And imagine that this light is a resurgent light. It activates all of your life force. It stimulates it. It makes you more awake, more alive, more healing. And on the exhales, you're letting go of anything that no longer serves you. So any stagnant energies, static energies, stale thoughts, tensions, restrictions, blocking thoughts, old patterns, anything that we can let go of at this time, we shed them. coming to a simpler, more efficient place inside of us. Take one more breath here and let that light shine very brightly now. Let it even shine through the eyes, even though the eyelids are closed, or out the top of the head, through the ears, the mouth, the throat, the heart, the back of the heart. Let that light shine everywhere and let it energize you, stimulate you, bring you more life force, but also center you, ground you, stabilize you. You become a beacon, a lantern, a light of hope and healing. You can release your hand if you had it lifted, blink your eyes a few times, and then gently bring yourself back. Eyes open. Make sure that you are fairly comfortable the way that you're sitting, and we'll do just a little bit of acupressure to stimulate the body. So I'll mirror you. Take your right arm out with the palm up. And then your left hand is going to start at the shoulder and tap all around the shoulder. Notice if there's any places that are sore or stiff. And then you'll begin to pat down the inside of your arm. As much pressure as you like to stimulate and wake up that arm. When you get down to the fingertips, you'll turn your hands over and you'll come back up the outer arm. And you'll do this a few times. So at your pace, tapping, lightly slapping down the inner arm, waking up the hands, the fingers, the forearms, and then tapping back up the outer arm. And then we'll do it again one more time. Make your way down. And then make your way back up. And maybe a little bit around that shoulder again, or the side of the neck. And then release that when you're done. Place your hands on your lap and just see if you can feel a difference between right arm and left. Maybe bringing some sensation to the surface of the arm, some awareness of both the inner and outer aspect of the arm. So then when you're ready, let's take the left arm out and the right hand will become the tapper or clapper. So we'll start up here by the neck and shoulders, go all around the shoulders, especially if there's any discomfort or soreness there. We're just tapping it out. And then when you're ready, we'll come down that inner left arm. Any place that feels sore, you can always spend a little more time. And then when you're ready, you'll come back up the outer arm. So you decide how fast, how much pressure, how you want to do it. So make sure that it feels pleasant and comfortable to you. Making your way down the inside of the arm, and then making your way up the outside of the arm. And then spending a little time with that shoulder again, if that feels good, side of the neck. And then finish up and come back down when you're ready. Maybe let's take the palms up. That's a little bit more of a surrender, receiving. We become the recipient of this energy. Breathing into the right and the left arm, feeling some spaciousness inside the shoulder joint, some awareness in the arms, in the forearms, the wrists, the hands, and the fingers. All right, now take your fingers and just draw them all together so they're almost like little flower buds. And let's find the outside of your collarbones. And you'll tap your collarbones and you'll bring your hands towards the center until you're on the sternum. And underneath the sternum is the thymus gland, which is partly responsible for healing, as well as in yoga, what we would call the heart center. So we're tapping on the sternum, and then maybe out to the collarbones again. We're just beginning to waken up the chest and the heart center. In yoga, there's the image of the peaceful warrior, the idea of the awakened heart, the heart of loving kindness and compassion. So we're waking that up. And now take your hands and maybe make them into little kitten paws. We'll call them, just like little soft fists. We'll do the same thing. We're going to open up that chest a little bit more. So maybe a little bit of a broader territory that you're hitting, but the collarbones down along the sternum and the chest. Just a few more taps at the heart center. And then release. I'll take just a moment here. When you breathe, is there a little bit more space to breathe into the chest now? And sigh out your exhale. All right. Your arms are relaxed by your sides. You can shake your fingers out a little bit. And we'll start with some shoulder shrugs. So lift your shoulders up and just drop them down. Inhale them up, straight up, little squeeze, and exhale, take them down. And one more time, inhale it up and exhale and drop them down. Now let's take the shoulders in circles. So we'll squeeze them back and down, free them up to float forward and up, and squeeze them back and down. Let's do that a few more times, finding the full rotation of your shoulders, opening up these joints. And then let's take it in the other direction. So up and forward. You might notice a little tendency for the upper back to round as the shoulders come forward, and that's okay. It's all part of the shoulder girdle moving. And let's do one more. Make sure that your neck is relaxed while we're doing this, so you're not introducing any excessive tension. All right, let's make sure the head and neck is feeling agile. So let's inhale to the right. And then you can drift back to center. And when you're ready, take it to the left. And I think I got my directions mixed up. So we'll say to the right and to the left. Sorry, I'm trying to mirror you, and sometimes I get double confused. One more time to the right. Just notice where your head is willing to turn with the torso staying relatively still. So the belly is firm, the spine is long, the shoulders are relaxed. And then come back to center, and we'll go to the left one more time. And bring it back. Now let's take the chin as though it's got helium in it, floating it up to the ceiling, letting the shoulder blades drop down. Front of the neck opens, and then exhale, draw the chin down to the collarbone, let the back of the neck lengthen. And then do that a few more times with your breath, as though the inhale is what floats your chin up. And the exhale as though it's a magnet, drawing the chin down and in. And one more time like this. And down. And come back to center. Let's take the right arm now. And on an inhale, let's take the right arm up and over to the left. Let the left ear drift towards the left shoulder, but let the left shoulder also drop down so it's not up here. And on the inhales, making a little bit more length and space along the right side of the body. Now, left ear towards left shoulder. Keep it there, but take your right arm down, down, down until it's about at a 45-degree angle. Make sure the spine is still lengthened and long, the head is relaxed and over, and now flex your wrist. That means turn your fingers like you want to touch your wrist, and then push it away so this arm is active, like you're really pushing with the heel of your hand. And then try that back and forth a few times. The right shoulder blade keeps sliding down the back, so the right side of the neck gets a little longer as this hand flexes and extends. So fingers towards the forearm and then hand pushing away. And then release the right arm and very gently bring the head back to center. We'll take the left arm now. So we'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder and take just a moment here. There'll be a tendency to either look up or look down. So try and be looking straight ahead if you can. That left shoulder blade, let it feel very heavy. And then when you're ready, inhale that arm up, 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 and then maybe over. See if you can find a slow breath here. So can you inhale for maybe 1, 2, and 3, a little pause, and then gently pull the belly back as you exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Try that again, counting to yourself or just finding the longest breath that you're comfortable with now, reaching just a little bit more with that arm. And then keeping the length on the exhale, but softening a little bit. Now keep the right ear towards the right shoulder, turn the left palm away and slowly lower it until it's somewhere around a 45-degree angle. I call it a zinger spot. It might be somewhere above, below, behind, wherever it feels like you're just connecting into a spot where the neck needs to release. Pausing here, lengthening between the ear and the head of the shoulder. And then fingertips under, curling under, and then push away. So you're activating that arm. Under and push away. And do this a couple times. So you're releasing from the neck, the shoulder, the upper arm, the lower arm, and even the wrist. Let's do it one more time. And then we'll gently lower that arm and bring the head back to neutral. All right, let's bring our hands onto our shoulders. And our shoulders can do lots of things, but one of the things, it can externally rotate and internally rotate. So to externally rotate, take your elbows back as far as they can, bring them down and around, and then see what it feels like to bring them towards each other or maybe tap in the center. Now you'll take them way up and back and down and around. And this is external rotation of the shoulders. Take your time with this. Nothing to be gained by going fast here, I assure you. It's like, oh, shoulders, they can hold so much. So a few times as though you're just opening up new space in your chest. And then as you go back and down, releasing old patterns in the shoulders. Let's try it once more. Up, back, around, and down. Let's take just a moment to let your shoulders release from that. And if we can do an external rotation with the shoulders, it means we can also do an internal rotation with the shoulders. So we'll do that next. So hands come back on your shoulders. And this time, let's take the shoulders up first, and then we'll bring them forward towards each other and down. So the other way this time. And see if one way is a little bit more comfortable than the other, or if it represents a little resistance. And you want to find the scale of motion that it doesn't represent any discomfort. So if you need to make it smaller, go ahead and do that. I'm doing that. And let's do one more. And then release that. All right, now we'll work with our shoulders one at a time. So let's start with the right arm and have the hand by your shoulder, kind of like you're saying hi. And there'll be 3 motions in the end, but we'll start with just one. So when you inhale, take that arm up and over, and you can have your left hand either on the chair, on the lap, or any place that you feel supported. And then exhale, bend the elbow and bring it back by the shoulder. Let's do that again. Up and over with our breath, as though it's the expansion of your lungs that's lifting the arms. And then when you pull the navel in on the exhale, it's like it's pulling your arm back down. Let's do it one more time like this. Up. And exhale, bring it back down. All right, now we'll add a second gesture. So on an inhale, take your arm out to the right, let your right ear come to the right shoulder and even lean a little bit. And then exhale, bring it back by your shoulder. And then we'll inhale up as we've been doing. And exhale, bring it back. So now we'll do just these 2 gestures for a little bit. We'll repeat them out and in, almost as though you're underwater. Let yourself feel anti-gravitational, like you're flowing through this, using your breath as the machine that sends that arm out, draws it back in, sends it up into the air, and draws it back to the shoulder. All right, now we'll add the 3rd gesture. So on an inhale, take your right hand to the left and reach as far as feels comfortable to your left. And then exhale and bring it back by your shoulder. And then you'll take it over to the right and bring it back. And then we take it up and over. And we bring it back. Let's do that little thing, that little sequence 2 times. So swing it over, back and around to the left, and then float it back to the shoulder. Then we take it out to the right and bring it back to the shoulder and up and over and to the shoulder. All right, we'll do it one more time. Taking it to the left, pull the belly in as you twist and then bring the hand back. Take it to the right. Pull the belly in as you bring it back and take it up and over. And pull the belly in as you bring it back. Now release your right arm. Take an inhale through both nostrils, nice and slow. And then sigh it out. And then notice if you can feel a little difference between right and left shoulder, especially the mechanics, the inside of the shoulder. That's what we might be feeling. All right, the left side. So we bring the left hand by the shoulder. Excuse me a sec here. Left hand by the shoulder. And we'll start with it on an inhale, take it up and over. That elbow bends and draws down towards the hip as the hand comes to the shoulder. So very stable through the core. Inhale it up and over. Feel the tautness in the belly, the abdominal or muscles engaged. And sweep it back and down. And one more time this way. Simply up and over and reach maybe a little bit more and get a little taller. And then exhale and bring it back. All right, now we'll go out to the left and let the left ear drop towards the left shoulder. So really reaching the whole way out there. And then exhale and bringing it back. We inhale up and over. So now we're alternating these 2 and bring it back. So 2 more times. Take it over and back. And up and over and back. And to the left. Bring it to center. And then your inhale floats the hands up and over. Maybe a little further this time. And then exhale and bring it back. All right, so now we add the twist. So take an inhale here because we want to twist on an exhale. When you exhale and pull the belly in, then you'll reach to the right as far as your arm is comfortable. And then we bring it back. We'll take it to the left and bring it back. And we'll add the up and over and bring it back. So some positions may be more available than others. So when you exhale next, we're taking it to the right, looking to the right or even behind us, and then drawing that arm back into the shoulder like there's a magnet here, bringing it back. And then inhaling it. And exhale, bringing it back. And so we're working what's called the brachial plexus, all the nerves that emerge out from your neck and then service the shoulder, the arm, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, and the fingers, right? So it's all of these nerves. All right, so last time, taking it to the right. Notice if it's a little easier than it was the first time, and then bringing it back. Moving smoothly, like you're flowing, like the currents of water, and then bring it back. And last time, take it up and exhale, bring it back. And then let's relax that arm down. Close your eyes for a minute, a few breaths here, and maybe remembering that diamond light that we established in our chest. Can we fan the flames of that light again? Can we make the chest shine a little brighter? Open up the heart. Even think about the bottom of your collarbones lifting up so your shoulders can roll back and down. All right. Let's do a little stretch of our arms since we did a lot there. So start with the right arm, take it across your body and then catch it with your left. So maybe it's above the elbow, maybe it's below the elbow, maybe it's just your hand, but wherever is comfortable for you to lower the right shoulder and then squeeze that arm into the chest and drag it to the left just a little bit. So we'll get a stretch on the outside of the right shoulder. It's your deltoid, maybe a little bit of your triceps, even a tiny bit of your traps. So just reaching and stretching. Now, let's extend the fingers of the left hand and then take the right hand and draw some circles with the wrist. And then reverse that a few times. Just open up that wrist like you're sweeping the icing out of a bowl. All right. Make sure the right shoulder is down and let's look to the right. And then if it feels all right, nice and slow, tip it over to the left while you're still looking to the right. And then bring yourself back to center and release. All right, now we'll take the left arm across the body and you'll catch it wherever that is comfortable. Seeing if you can bend that elbow around it. So then your right fingers will be upright. And then the left hand, so make sure that you're dropping the shoulder. There'll be a tendency for it to come up. So see if you can open up, take the heart forward, the shoulders back and down. And then let's use that left hand to sweep in those circles again. So you have all these long cables in your forearms that control the hand, the wrist, and the fingers. And then let's reverse the direction. And they're really long cables, long tendons. That means they don't have the blood supply of like a bigger muscle. So we want to make sure we move those and get the circulation going. All right. So now we're going to squeeze that arm in and turn and look to the left, dropping that left shoulder down, making space between the shoulder and the chin. Big inhale expands the chest, sighing it out. And then let's try tipping to the right while we look to the left. Using gravity to open up that shoulder joint just a little bit more. And then inhale and bring it back and release. All right. So our hands are on our thighs, palms down. We're going to do a really simple cat-cow for our spine now. So we've done the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms. Now we're going to do the spine. So hands on your thighs. When you inhale, just slide your hands to the hip crease and look up. And your body will do the rest. It'll make an extension or a little back bend through your back. When you're ready to exhale, you'll slide your hands to the knees, drop your chin, and your back will round for you. So you'll draw the belly in, tuck the tail under so you're rounded like a shrimp. And then on the inhale, slide the hands and the elbows back as the chest comes forward. And you look up, but you're lifting out of the low back, so not compressing. And exhale and reverse. And now do this a few times with your breath. So as long as your inhale is the length of the movement, or if you need to take 2 breaths, that's fine too. Move at the pace that feels right for your back, that creates awareness. Each segment of the spine moving. Let's do one more. And then come on back. We'll do another cat-cow, a little bit different. So let's start with hands on the back of the chair or on your back, just somewhere a little bit past your shoulders. I'm going to have my hands on the sides of the chair and press down. So you roll the shoulders back and lift the chest up and then look up. So a little bit deeper back bend here on the inhale. When it's time for you to exhale, you'll sweep your arms long and wide like you're embracing a big beach ball. You'll round your back, drop your chin, and just bring your hands towards each other. And let's do that a few times. So the inhale takes the arms out really wide, like a big wingspan. Take them down and open up the chest. And of course, you can breathe more than I'm cueing because I'm cueing slowly. And then exhale, rounding that back, feeling the stretch between the shoulder blades, dropping the chin. And then make the air thick, like you're pushing the air away as you spread your arms wide and down, push down to lift up. Maybe the back of the heart can lift a little bit more this time. And then you'll exhale, embrace like you're gathering energy, beautiful, sparkly energy, and bringing it in. And then release that and come on back. So I like to make sure always that the spine can go in all the directions. So we know that the spine can go forward and back, which we've just done. It can go side to side, which we've done. We want to make sure we get the twist. So we've done a little bit of twisting, but let's do a little bit more. So let's start. I love just this little warm up. So hands can be on shoulders or on chest or even down here if you prefer. Think of your body like a little, I guess, a whirligig, just a little bit of tiny twists. So just make them really simple. Like tell yourself it's really easy. There's no particular goal. And you're just letting your chest, your torso, your spine just ring one way and then the other, just wringing it out, little twists side to side. And then notice as you twist, if your body wants to twist a little bit more, then let that happen. Usually with twists, it takes a little while to warm up and let the body twist a little bit more. So just trying that back and forth. Just a few more. Warming up all around the spine. Okay, and then bringing it back. All right. Let's inhale the right arm up. So right sit bone goes down, right arm comes up, so you get very tall. And we'll start out really simply. Just bring the right hand to the inside of the right knee. Take the left hand to the back of the chair, either the back or the seat. Push down to get tall. And then when you exhale, push against that right knee, just enough to help you twist back and look over the left shoulder. And then bring yourself back to center. Now let's take the right arm up again. Now the option is to the right knee or maybe to the outside of the left knee. So it's a little bit deeper. You'll push down as you inhale, pull the belly in and exhale, and maybe a little deeper twist. Notice where your eyes go. And then inhale, release that and come back around. Now we'll try it one more time and maybe a little bit deeper. I'll show you. So right arm goes up. It comes over to the left like we've been doing, but maybe it goes down or maybe the elbow is on that leg. See what works for you. Inhale, again, lift up and then exhale and turn around. So now maybe the arm is pushing against that thigh if it feels okay. And once you get into the twist, then the fun is to see if you can find your breath without compromising. And then inhale and bring it back around. Let's try it on the left side. So we'll take the left arm up and take that extra moment there to linger for a moment and get a little longer, lifting the rib cage away from the hips and lengthening along that left waistline. Now, when you exhale, we'll put it on the inside of the left knee this first time. Right hand goes back around. We inhale, looking forward to get a little taller. And then as we exhale, find your version of the twist. See if you can find a substantial full inhale back here. And then you can use your exhale to come on back. Now we'll take the left arm up again with an inhale. And the option is to stay on the left, or if it feels okay, taking it a little deeper over to the outside of the right leg. So again, we'll push down to lift up and then find your twist. It might be a little bit more twist because the hand is over on the right leg this time, a little bit different traction. And then release and come back. And we'll do the third time. So you can repeat this, or maybe the arm will be able to go down. Your option, see what works. So inhale the arm up. The exhale brings that arm down. You can even do it with maybe the palm turned out. That might be a version that works for you. On the inhale, we get tall, and then on the exhale, maybe the arm slides down, or maybe the elbow bends and turn. So just pressing against the leg enough to help you find the twist, not cranking into it, but just letting it help us out a little bit. And then release and bring it back. Now, since we want to focus on the arms, let's do a little something more with the arms this time. So let's make soft fists. If the thumbs are on the outside, it tends to make us squeeze a lot. So put the thumbs on the inside and then wrap your arms around it. And it's a little bit more of a gentler fist. Now, I'm going to demo this with straight arms, and you'll see if that feels okay for you, but feel free to modify or make the gesture smaller as works for you. So on an inhale, bring the arms out and just kind of lightly tap your fists. And then when you exhale, let's take the right arm up and the left arm down. So big diagonal, let those fists glide back to open up the chest. And then when you're ready, exhale and bring it back together again. And then we'll inhale other way, up, and bring them back. Let's do that a few times, just opening up the chest, opening up the shoulder joints. Each time, without forcing, seeing what the range of motion, what your end range is. Let's do it one more time like this. Squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. And back. Open up the chest, but tuck your lowest ribs and bring it back. All right, now, when you go up like this, let's bend the right arm, let it fall down, and bend the left elbow and just let it go anywhere it can, maybe the small of the back. Okay. And so then we bring it around, and then we reverse it. And bring it forward and take it around. Maybe the elbow can go down and up, and bring it to the center and take it back. You can imagine this is really intense shoulder work. Let's try one more time on each side. So this way and back and this way. Left elbow up, right elbow back and down and release. Ooh, that's a lot of shoulder work there. I got to shake that out a little bit. All right. So now, love to do sun salutations just to bring the whole body together. So tying the whole body and getting the flow from head to toe. So have your hands by your hips, palms forward. Spine is long, shoulders are relaxed. On an inhale, sweep your arms up and out to the sides and look up as your hands reach up, maybe for the ceiling, maybe they touch each other, doesn't matter where they go, just that you're up. And then when you exhale, you'll fold at your hips, swan dive in slow motion over the lap, and then let your head and neck relax over, release your arms, and feel as though your spine is almost like a conveyor belt, getting longer, moving forward and down. Your gaze might be between the legs of your chair. Now, the next inhale will come halfway up. So take your arms out into that airplane mode, come halfway up and look out in front of you. So the back of your neck is long. And then we'll exhale and go back down again. And sometimes that helps you get a little bit deeper that second time. Now, the next time you inhale, bring yourself the whole way up. If you need your hands to press on your thighs, feel free to do that. If you don't, and you can bring your arms up by yourself, then we'll do that. And then hands in front of the heart. Now we'll do it again and add on just a little bit. So inhale up, looking up. Exhale and fold, long exhale, rolling the belly across the thighs to help you exhale. The next inhale brings you halfway up, reaching the arms, taking the chest forward, back of the neck long. And then the exhale takes you back down again. Inhale your fingertips, make your way the whole way up, fingertips to the ceiling. And then once your arms are here, keep the left arm up, take the right arm down and lean over to the right. It's like a little bell ringing, bring your right arm up. And the left arm goes down and we go side to side. We bring it up and hands to the center. And we have just enough time to do it one more time. So inhale up. Exhale and fold. Inhale halfway up, airplane arms. A little bit longer spine as we fold down. Then inhale, make your way the whole way up, hands up, look up. And this time we'll do a twist. So take your arms into a T and twist to the right. And then inhale back up to center. And into the T, and we'll twist to the left. Inhale back up to center. And hands to your heart. So just feel as though you're bringing energy into that glowing diamond in the center of your heart. So keeping your hands at your heart center, lowering your chin and closing your eyes, taking just a moment and maybe imagining a beautiful white light pulsing, emanating from the center of you, shining, radiating out, ebbing further and further out until that glow is bigger than your body. It's all around you, like an orb of light, an orb of healing light, an orb of teaching light, an orb of forgiving light, an orb of healing. So may all beings everywhere be happy and know the roots of happiness. May all beings everywhere be free of suffering and the roots of suffering. May all beings everywhere be healthy. And may our efforts contribute to the happiness, the well-being, and the health of ourselves and others. Namaste.